enjoying staring at your thumb, pressing down the page flat for the photo. A thumb which I know very well and haven't seen in a while. I can see you're still biting your nails, and you're wearing a green glitter nail polish.
It's like a choose your own adventure sort of. I kind of don't have like a set structure. I'm going to be picking lines like as I go. So it's called One Stutter Step. One stutter step towards potential oblivion. Forgive my Joe Biden stutter. If I don't read this perfectly, it's because of my Joe Biden stutter.
Guys, LA calls me cafe and I go to Okay. Hello. Okay. The first poem is called Welcome to My Dating Profile, Please Come Inside. In this photo of me air kissing a mural, you will find the living room. Look at those curves and high ceilings. I do not have a lifelong disease. In this photo of me practicing yoga, you will find the bedroom. So many outlets. Look how flexible I am. Imagine us trying positions together. I am not in chronic pain. In this photo of me pushing off a wall, you will discover that when I laugh, it ricochets from my gut to your gut, a trick of light. We have reached the balcony. I do not have brain fog. I am not on antidepressants. I am not here just an experiment for you, an example of wanting. I am not tears. I am a myth, like love or astrology or hell. I am a room of stasis without real plants. I am waiting to be cut short from growing, from breeding, from going off and on, the house, the pills, your body. Come play with me. My heart is a stuck sled in the middle of a sand mountain. I am whatever pill I try asks me to be. Whatever spot you find is yours. There is no parking.
Yeah.
Flex only to protect at sleep by the silver reservoir. Is it bad any point light? This fence and silver car must also notice me. Abrupt clip cuts our conversation short everywhere. My broken divorce. 35 and not very good looking. I'm just an old cosmic so-and-so. This means exactly sad. No one is doing me any favors. I went to sleep last night and you were my friend. I woke up this morning and you are a snake. Driving the D train on stage, dance at 4 if there by myself, fire burning in a sword, the future my standard.
More I was not in love. More I didn't want to do this anymore. You proposed to pay me to have anal with me. I think I accepted to time maybe more. They were the last time we did it together. I was a sport love, it was my first love.
My tea to help wash out the taste of lunar longing. Lunacy for La Luna. Preach unto the lunatic.
And placed in his heart was pride, his planet, his creation, all for a moment of silence. Like all God's children, he rests under the bosom of the moon. He regrettably wakes up. Not all of his children wake up. On our highest days, we want to comb the atmosphere for its taste, just to feel alive again. It's worth it.
I am made out of aluminum alloy and tarps and thousands of little plastic balls filled with air. I exist for the children of the crawl tubes and slides who have just eaten. Sometimes I feel like I am an ocean, but I am still these plastic balls. In summer, I polka dot the air, levitating into the oceanscape's middle distance, a dark cloud composed of the individual colors until I precipitate over the earth and reassemble along the roadside in little ruts. People pick me up to just throw me off bridges at cars.
Their yard. Looking at it. Yeah, probably have people all day fucking trying to break in.
Born in Reading, Pennsylvania, law students attended Harvard University and graduated from New York Law School. He lived here with his wife, Elsie. between 1909 and 1916. During those years, he wrote Sunday Morning and Peter Quince at the Clavier, both published in Harmonium 1923. While pursuing poetry, Stevens began his career as an insurance lawyer. By 1914, he was vice president of Equitable Surety Company's New York office, and in 1916 left New York to live in Hartford, Connecticut, where he would become vice president of the Hartford Accident and Indemnity Company in 1934. Stevens was an extremely inventive writer who can be gaudy or elegant, humorous or meditative, ironic or philosophical by turns. He is now acknowledged as one of the great American modernist poets of the 20th century. His collected poems, 1954, won both the National Book Award and the Pulitzer Prize for poetry. Historic Landmarks Preservation Center.
Nice.
Interesting. Medallion program. Barbara Lee Diamond.
Yeah. Sunday morning, that's one of the best. Complacency of the Pinot Noir, whatever.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, Stevens.
She who is not a seraph does not tweet, does not have a best friend. Holy, 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 ha ha ha, Prada. Meanwhile, floods, terrorism, and starvation call for answers beneath the filmy goo of air. At the bottom of the sky lie the archangels who didn't get picked for sororities. They trip on their wings before praying for forgiveness for having premarital sex. She who only has 2 wings and no check mark does not. Your father cheated on your mom when you were young. I also write poems. The wind started to intrigue and I cocooned your body. The ceiling of a tent caved in with each whistle of air, our faces barely pressed with fabric. We squeezed out of the dark into the crepuscular light and tucked ourselves into the shadow of a rock. In your eyes, I could see the future, all the boggle we would play, the made-up language, the trip to the beach in our pajamas. The next morning, it came to me like all the music in the world, asking to be replayed, walking slowly. I love you.
Home to Frank's thinks I'm handling it well considering. Is that maturity or just that I don't fucking care? Suggests handgun ray, muscle memory will get you through. A cry for help. We're resonating like kids. I pay $700 a month not to have a TV. Yeah, this situation's not working for me. Little dabble do you. Skimming the skedaddling, bent minor figures, putting out sunbus to hold 'em, which I am more or less. Dark cricket, exploding jukebox, 2-lane highway. Loving yourself in the blink of an eye, delivering phone books to a new town. Sizzling in all directions by these hates. Kick me while I'm down. First day in the empire of drag. Saturn is dad, expressed in the media. Spicer's micro penis. Then I just remembered, I need to finish this ukulele easel suitcase LP. Pocket sticker wallet auto photo, mail it to them, sewing up your family tabletop entropy. Keep it attainable for art or trade. The lemonade seeps over 4x6 grayscale soap spiral opera. For whom it may concern, a day in the life of an aqueduct of freedom and experience, a countervailing archive in an emergency, nudists at the river.
And I mean, like journalism.
Right.
Like like I want to write poetry. I want a dog.
Right. right.
I want to sing. I want to listen to music.
Right.
Yeah. So I want. Anyways, if you make a list of 25 things like that,
Right.
In order of preference, then look at the top 5.
Right.
And only do that, like commit hardcore, just to
Oh,
poetry,
I
just to yoga,
see.
just to walking, just to dogs, just to love.
Right.
and then everything else, turn away as soon as you see it. Like if you're like
Turn away.
Like modeling's on the list. You see people taking pictures,
Yeah.
and posing, like.
It's not in my top 5.
Run, yeah.
Run away.
Run.
Yeah. Right. Get as far away as fast as you can. Go in the opposite direction. Oh yeah, good idea.
Okay. And then, what's it called?
Never has cherries. Dispersing from the bus stop, sitting in the window at the gourmet garage, depot lunch counter. I love you, precious God. I love you, precious God. I may vomit tears because we can fly. Help the terrorist standing there throwing Gran Turismo Lower East Side. You want to eat in the window, Coach De Palma appetizer sushi. Salmon and avocado roll. Salmon and avocado roll. Happily ever after. Let your hair fall up or down. A bus and 4 stations. Elected Novocaine. Elective surgery. Finding a place to die. Tall grass waves in your past. Let your hair spin all around me. House guitar. More vocal in the monitor. More vocal in the monitor. More vocal in the monitor. Spray tan hose down. Cameo sitting in Bleecker Park with Hannah. Lord put rats in the walls to get us out. It was irrelevant. You cannot get rid of us. Dee Champagne says Gigi Allen was a sweet guy. His gigs at Beowulf on 2nd Avenue were violent. She hid under the pool table as he threw his shit around the room, trying to witness everything. Fire and ice. We can lie there drinking at work, dying in obscurity, a stall. Let me in the door. Then opened it and opened it and opened it in my face.
Still feel the wanting when I have nothing on. I still want to know the mystery of moaning. 3. What if we kissed and my eyes leave my skin? What if we fuck enough for me to forget that being a woman is more than wanting you to see me as one? An orgasm is harder to track when you have trouble breathing. Instructions to Eve on how to use Tinder. Dear Eve, be humble, listen to the serpent. You want to be bullied and mocked. Hear the dust of phone numbers pile up. Check for notifications every 5 seconds. Your inexperience with Adam in the garden should not keep you from trying. Notify a man that your jumble of clowns that look like question marks are in there for him, gods to poke holes in. Don't worry about making money. He is your job now. Send him nudes. Give him space. Send them again. Be brave. Tolerate a drug addict. Eat the forbidden fruit. Are you trying to sleep when you could be thinking about him? You are the reason you're expelled from the Garden of Eden. You owe him. He owns you. Remember, you both are merely figments of the eye's imagination. so you are not to be seen as confident. Stand there at the edge of the window, avoiding the temptation to wear clothes with palms together upright, begging for forgiveness for touching his waking moans. Become obsessed with the tree of good and evil and hurry up. Again and again, up and down, darkening the flame of you like a speck of ash, longing to love the goodbyes. Fucking is for the flies.
All in this together. Fear of missing in-group, out-group, sitting at the feet of the masters. We know as much as they do. Cascade seeds dwell flares of rheumatoid blush die on the cheeks of the sky. The river has a fever, prolonged aimless ingestion, waiting for the sun to drop out of sight. Cold in July, Eid Mubarak, business tardes Esme. I am ready to receive and have stepped into being 8 years ago with my long-term plans, which were plateaus, 4.5 joints in. Human attachment person, cortisol rip that red showed up in the water. Looks nice. Let's focus on the summer, out here for hours, jailed, paranoid for this shit. When the sun goes down, on my side of town. Grove of trees, Hudson and West 11th Street. Pleasant listening to two blonde Swedish women talking. Animal encores, past bedtime, Bank and Waverly. Free pizza on the dance floor. Buffalo mozzarella. Rest in peace, Polly Gulliachi. We are monkeys throwing shit. Soft hands outside the belly. I don't know what my fucking problem is. Can't get arrested in loving it.
Music. What are you waiting for? Join Premium today.
Yo soy un muchacho que cruzando la frontera me encontré con aquel payaso en la carretera. Pues déjenme decirles que no les he platicado la historia completa. Aquella tarde me fui a buscar.
I live on tree lined streets minutes away from 4 good grocery stores. But Breonna Taylor's murder made me realize that safety is only an illusion that does not care what neighborhood I live in. I considered going home. But what home do I have to go back to when Nigeria is burning herself to the ground, mapping out targets on
COVID a couple of years ago, and I was in Marfa, Texas, where I also have a home. And so I did the thing of watching the TV show True Blood, which I never watched, you know, and I was like, oh, I get it now. It became completely about vampires. Politicians are like actors, and real estate investment groups are like vampires. Politicians think they have to fight them or they won't get any work. The rest of us are humans living around the show. Squirrels are squirrels, birds are birds. Our park is a giant stage we thought was real because we walk there every day. It is a set that Robert Moses built so that he could run his highway alongside it. My dog knows the story, you know the story, everyone knows the story. The vampires are building a giant boat on top of our park in order to save it. It will take them about 10 years. The waters will rise, the children will be old, I will be dead, the vampires will be rich. The politicians will have all these tiny vials of blood all lined up on their shelves from those years they were in that play. A man who brought those candles to her bed, and filmed without consciousness. And there was still that tear, the cold that is making them cry all the time. All his films were strung together tonight for 3 hours, completely in film, his film. The corpse of the man, Anne saw his body, very beautiful. She said that the dead looked young and rested. I walked up and introduced myself, a little proud white nobody. I think a person becomes more general, a man proud to be any man in order to be feminist and not hating her death till the end. And I have more places to put things. Now she's probably meant in a state of no relationship, though I saw her dash. I thought you were legit, he said, and he meant class. And she said it was cute. Joan would have liked that women were the people I most likely corrected about pronouns was something you wouldn't catch men. Each floor was like a funeral home, rolling the cadavers out daily of the rich, and they had to take the freight elevator of all the affront. Of course he lived here. I become better, worse, he said, to be more...
Wrapped up in the golden light of my bedroom, you take one look at me, then I swoon. I'm here with you. It hasn't been so easy being lonely.
Hey. What's up? How you doing?
What's up?
I'm Matt. I think we met maybe a little bit last time. How you doing, man?
Good.
Do you need help with this or? Okay. I gotta run in real fast and just kind of touch base. I'll come. I try to come back out. All right. Glad I got that on tape.
I'll make the same mistake. All I wanted was to stay with you, but when was it too late? Now I'm holding on to something just forever since I was talking. You can't find the part away. Where are you? I'm so distracted. You can't find the part away.
down on Main Street.